If you're over 50 and you've been taking vitamin D3, K2, and magnesium together every morning because you heard it's good for your bones, heart, or immune system, I need you to pause for a second, because the way most seniors are taking these supplements is actually hurting their health more than helping it. I've seen this pattern countless times. People mean well, they're trying to stay healthy, avoid fractures, boost energy, or keep their hearts strong, but they end up with unexpected fatigue, digestive discomfort, or even issues with their kidneys or arteries, and they can't figure out why. So today, I want to help you understand why the timing and combination of these three nutrients, vitamin D3, vitamin K2, and magnesium, can either protect your organs or silently stress them over time. And more importantly, how to fix it safely and naturally. Now, if you're a man or woman over 50, your body works very differently than it did in your 30s. Your metabolism slows, your digestive system becomes more sensitive, and your body's ability to process vitamins and minerals changes dramatically. You see, vitamin D3 is fat-soluble, meaning your body stores it in your fat tissues and releases it slowly. That's a good thing. But only if your body has the right cofactors to use it properly. And that's where magnesium and vitamin K2 come in. They're like the supporting cast that helps vitamin D do its job. When you take vitamin D3 without enough magnesium, your body struggles to activate it. Think of magnesium as the spark plug that turns on vitamin D3 inside your liver and kidneys. Without it, D3 just sits there, unconverted, inactive, and sometimes even toxic in high doses. Then there's vitamin K2. This one is often misunderstood. Many people take D3 and K2 together in the morning, thinking they're helping calcium absorption. And yes, they do help calcium move into your bones. But here's the problem. If your magnesium is low, that calcium doesn't go where it should. It starts building up in your soft tissues, your arteries, even your kidneys. And that's when you start seeing trouble, stiff joints, high blood pressure, or calcium deposits in places they don't belong. So what's happening? It's not that D3, K2, or magnesium are bad. It's the timing and combination that's wrong. You're forcing your body to process too many fat, soluble nutrients all at once, often on an empty stomach or without proper hydration. This overload stresses your liver, kidneys, and heart, the very organs you're trying to protect. I had one patient, a retired teacher in his late 60s, who came to me saying he felt more tired after starting his supplement routine. He was taking D3K2 and magnesium together every morning with his coffee. When we adjusted his timing, spacing out his supplements and pairing them with the right meals, his energy returned and his lab results improved in just weeks. So the message here is simple. Your body after 50 doesn't just need more nutrients. It needs smarter timing. You have to work with your body's natural rhythm, not against it. In the next part, I'll break down exactly when to take each of these nutrients and why taking them at the wrong time could silently damage your organs. I'll also share the best food combinations that help your body absorb them naturally, so you can rely less on pills and more on real nutrition. Because supplements can help, but only if you use them the right way. Now, let's talk about timing, because this is where most people go wrong. You see, supplements aren't just about what you take, they're about when and how you take them. And your body's natural rhythms, your digestion, hormones, and even your sleep-wake cycle all affect how well your nutrients are absorbed. Let's start with vitamin D3. Most people pop their D3 capsule in the morning with a glass of water, or worse, with their coffee. That's the first mistake. Vitamin D3 is fat-soluble, meaning your body needs healthy fats to absorb it. Taking it on an empty stomach or with caffeine can block absorption and even irritate your stomach lining over time. Instead, the best time to take vitamin D3 is with your largest meal of the day, preferably lunch if it includes some healthy fats, olive oil, avocado, nuts, or even eggs. That's when your digestive enzymes are most active and bile is released to break down fats. If you're taking D3 in the morning with no fat, your body might only absorb 30 to 40% of it. But when you take it with a balanced meal that includes some healthy fat, absorption can jump to over 80%. That's a huge difference, and it means you may not even need a high dose. Now, let's move to magnesium. This one works best in the evening. Why? Because magnesium helps relax your muscles, calm your nerves, and improve sleep quality. All things your body needs at night. Taking magnesium in the morning, especially with D3, can sometimes make you feel sluggish or interfere with your energy rhythm. So if you're over 50, I recommend taking your magnesium after dinner or 1 hour before bed. But here's a crucial tip: don't take it right alongside your D3 and K2. When taken together, they can compete for absorption in your gut. You want to space them out by at least 6 to 8 hours. That's the key to reducing strain on your liver and kidneys while ensuring each nutrient gets properly used. Now, about vitamin K2. K2 is the quiet hero in this trio. It directs calcium to the right places, your bones and teeth, and keeps it out of your arteries. But to do its job, it needs a bit of vitamin D3 already active in your system. So here's the best approach: take K2 later in the day, maybe with dinner if you took your D3 at lunch. This creates a natural sequence. First, D3 gets absorbed and starts activating calcium transport proteins. Then, a few hours later, K2 comes in and tells that calcium exactly where to go. Think of D3 as the switch and K2 as the traffic officer. If they show up at the same time, the process gets chaotic. But if you give them space, the system flows smoothly. Also remember, these nutrients don't work in isolation. Your food choices can amplify or block their effects. For example, pairing D3 with fatty fish, olive oil, or eggs enhances absorption. Pairing K2 with fermented foods like natto, sauerkraut, or even a bit of aged cheese adds natural cofactors. And for magnesium, leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, and whole grains are great natural sources that complement your supplement. So, if you're someone who takes all 3 pills at once, especially in the morning on an empty stomach, it's time to rethink that habit. The goal isn't to load your system with nutrients. It's to guide your body to use them effectively. In the next part, we'll go deeper into what actually happens inside your body when these supplements are taken incorrectly. How excess D3 can cause calcium buildup, how low magnesium can trigger fatigue and irregular heartbeat, and how missing K2 balance can lead to long-term organ stress. Because when you understand the why behind it, you'll never take these supplements the same way again. So now that you understand how timing matters, let's look at why it matters so much. What actually happens inside your body when these supplements are taken the wrong way? Let's start with vitamin D3. When you take too much vitamin D3 or take it daily without proper spacing or balance, your body starts absorbing more calcium from food than it needs. That might sound like a good thing, but here's the issue. If your magnesium and K2 levels are low, your body doesn't know where to send that calcium. Instead of going into your bones, it starts circulating in your bloodstream. Over time, that excess calcium can deposit in soft tissues, your arteries, kidneys, and even your heart valves. This process is called calcification, and calcification is dangerous. It stiffens your blood vessels, increases blood pressure, and forces your heart to work harder to pump blood. Many seniors think this is just aging, but in reality, it's often the result of unbalanced supplementation. I've seen people with normal calcium intake develop arterial stiffness simply because they took high doses of vitamin D3 without the support of magnesium and K2. Their intentions were good. They were trying to protect their bones. But the result was the opposite. Their bones weakened, and their arteries hardened. Now, let's talk about magnesium. Magnesium is a mineral that supports over 300 biochemical reactions in your body. It helps control blood sugar, blood pressure, nerve function, and muscle relaxation. But when you take D3 without enough magnesium, your body burns through magnesium reserves trying to activate the vitamin D. That leaves your body deficient. And magnesium deficiency can feel subtle at first: muscle twitches, trouble sleeping, fatigue, maybe even irregular heartbeat. But over time, it affects your heart rhythm, kidney function, and even mood stability. You might be surprised to know that low magnesium is one of the most common reasons older adults feel anxious or have restless sleep. Not caffeine or stress, but simple mineral imbalance. Then there's vitamin K2. K2's job is to take all that calcium that D3 helps absorb and direct it into your bones and teeth, where it belongs. But if you skip K2 or take it at the wrong time, calcium gets stuck in your arteries, kidneys, and joints. When calcium builds up in your kidneys, it forms stones. In your arteries, it leads to narrowing, making it harder for blood to flow. And in your joints, it contributes to stiffness and pain that people often confuse with arthritis. So you can see how these three nutrients depend on each other like gears in a clock. If one gear moves too fast or too slow, the whole system suffers. Now imagine taking D3, K2, and magnesium together first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Your body suddenly receives a large wave of nutrients. D3 demanding activation, magnesium getting drained quickly, and K2 not fully processed yet. That sudden chemical imbalance can temporarily raise calcium levels, stress your kidneys, and even cause mild nausea or fatigue. Your liver and kidneys have to work overtime to balance things out. And if you're over 50, your organs aren't as efficient as they used to be. They need gentle, steady support, not sudden overload. That's why the sequence and spacing we talked about earlier matter so much. When you let your body absorb and process each nutrient at its natural pace, your organs stay protected, your circulation improves, and your bones grow stronger instead of weaker. I always tell my patients, it's not just what you take, it's what your body can use safely. In the next part, I'll show you how to build a simple daily routine that aligns your supplements with your body's natural rhythm, including meal pairings, hydration habits, and a morning to evening plan that helps your organs work with you, not against you. This is the part that turns theory into real life transformation. Now let's turn this knowledge into something practical. A simple, safe, and effective daily routine that helps your body actually use these nutrients the way nature intended. Think of your body like a carefully tuned machine. Each nutrient has a specific window when it's best absorbed, and when taken in harmony, they can support your energy, bone health, and organ protection without overwhelming your system. Let's walk through what a day should look like. When you wake up in the morning, the very first thing your body needs isn't supplements, it's hydration. During sleep, your body loses water through breathing and perspiration. Your kidneys and liver have been busy filtering and balancing all night. So before you take anything, start your day with a full glass of water. Maybe add a squeeze of lemon or a pinch of sea salt to support your electrolytes. This small habit sets the foundation for better nutrient absorption later in the day. After about 30 minutes, enjoy a balanced breakfast, something that includes protein and fiber. But hold off on your supplements for now. Your first supplement window should be around lunchtime, ideally with a meal that includes healthy fats. This is the perfect time for vitamin D3. Here's why: by midday, your digestive system is fully awake, your enzymes are active, and your body is in its natural state of daylight alertness. Taking D3 with lunch that includes olive oil, avocado, fatty fish like salmon, or even a handful of nuts dramatically improves absorption. This timing also aligns with your body's natural rhythm of calcium metabolism. During the day, you're more active, your bones experience gentle stress, and that's when D3 can most effectively support bone renewal. Now, about vitamin K2, take this one later, ideally with dinner. Dinner often includes more complex foods, proteins, some fat, maybe a bit of fermented food if you enjoy yogurt or vegetables like sauerkraut. That's perfect because K2 works best in this environment. K2's role here is to guide the calcium that D3 helped absorb earlier in the day into your bones and away from your arteries. It's the cleanup crew that makes sure calcium ends up where it belongs. If you're taking a combined D3 plus K2 supplement, make sure it's a low dose and take it with food, never on an empty stomach. But ideally, separate them as 2 distinct doses, D3 with lunch, K2 with dinner. Now, let's finish the day right with magnesium. This one belongs to the evening. About an hour before bedtime is best. Why? Because magnesium calms your muscles, supports relaxation, and helps your brain produce melatonin, your body's natural sleep hormone. It also helps regulate blood pressure overnight and keeps your heart rhythm steady while you rest. For seniors, this is especially important because sleep is when your body does most of its cellular repair and bone building. Without magnesium, that process doesn't happen efficiently. You can take magnesium glycinate or citrate. Both forms are gentle and well absorbed. Avoid taking it with heavy meals. Just a small snack or a warm drink like chamomile tea works perfectly. And here's a pro tip. If you've been feeling sluggish after taking your supplements, try this new rhythm for 2 weeks. You'll likely notice your energy improving, your digestion feeling smoother, and your sleep becoming deeper. Also, remember, supplements are meant to fill gaps, not replace a nutrient-rich diet. So, aim for these food pairings each day. While for D3, fatty fish, pasture-raised eggs, olive oil, mushrooms. For K2 leaf fermented foods, hard cheeses, or even small servings of natto if you can tolerate it. For magnesium, spinach, pumpkin seeds, almonds, whole grains, and dark chocolate. If you make these small, consistent adjustments, you're not just preventing deficiency. You're protecting your organs for the long term. In the final part, I'll share how to recognize the warning signs that your body isn't using these supplements properly. Subtle symptoms many people ignore until it's too late, and how to safely correct them before they turn into serious health problems, because awareness is the first step to prevention. Now, let's talk about something most people never pay attention to: the warning signs that your body isn't handling your supplements correctly. You might think, I'm taking the right vitamins, I should feel great. But if your timing or balance is off, your body often gives you early signals. Subtle, quiet clues that something isn't working quite right. Recognizing these signs early can protect your heart, your kidneys, and your overall vitality. Let's start with vitamin D3 imbalance. If you're taking too much D3 or taking it every day without balancing magnesium and K2, you may notice the unusual fatigue or weakness, loss of appetite, dry mouth, or excessive thirst, or even mild nausea and muscle aches. These are signs that your calcium levels might be climbing too high in your blood. A condition called hypercalcemia. It doesn't happen overnight, but it builds up slowly when your body absorbs more calcium than it can use. And that extra calcium can settle in your soft tissues, your arteries, your kidneys, or your joints. The solution: step back, reduce your dose, and check your magnesium intake. Most seniors find that when they increase magnesium slightly and take D3 only with meals, those symptoms start to fade. Now, what about magnesium deficiency? This one's tricky because it shows up in ways people don't always connect with minerals. You might notice restless sleep, leg cramps at night, tingling in your hands or feet, or feeling anxious for no clear reason. Some even experience a rapid heartbeat after coffee or mild dizziness. These are your nerves and muscles asking for help, and magnesium is their fuel. When you start taking magnesium consistently, especially in the evening, these issues often settle within a few weeks, And finally, vitamin K2 imbalance. If you're low on K2 or taking D3 without it, you might notice stiffness in your shoulders or joints, slower recovery after exercise, or even a slight heaviness in your legs. These can be signs that calcium isn't moving efficiently through your system. K2 directs calcium like a traffic cop. When it's missing, calcium clogs up the roads. The fix is simple: include a natural source of K2 daily, even from food. A bit of cheese, a boiled egg, or a small portion of fermented vegetables. Supplements can help, but natural food synergy always works better in the long run. Now, a few key lifestyle habits can make all the difference for how your body uses these nutrients. First, stay hydrated. Your kidneys are your filtration system. Without enough water, supplements become a burden instead of a benefit. Aim for steady hydration throughout the day, not just when you feel thirsty. Second, move your body daily. Light movement, like a 20-minute walk, gentle stretching, or even gardening, helps circulate these nutrients through your muscles and bones. Remember, movement tells your body where to send the minerals you absorb. Third, avoid taking all supplements at once. Your body doesn't operate like a blender. It's a rhythm. Give it time to process each nutrient fully. Fourth, get sunlight when you can. A few minutes of morning light helps your body regulate vitamin D naturally and improves your mood. You don't need hours. Even 10 to 15 minutes can make a noticeable difference. And finally, listen to your body. If something feels off, if you're more tired, bloated, or getting headaches since changing your supplement routine, it's your body's way of saying, slow down. Adjust your timing, check your dosages, and make changes one step at a time. The goal isn't to load your body with vitamins. It's to balance them. When you take vitamin D3 with healthy fats at lunch, K2 with dinner, and magnesium before bed, you create a natural rhythm that supports your heart, bones, and kidneys all day long. Your body starts to feel calmer, stronger, and more efficient, not because of high doses, but because you're working with it, not against it. So remember, supplements can be powerful tools for longevity, but only when used wisely. And sometimes it's not about taking more, it's about taking smarter. Take care of your body, give it time, and let balance be your real medicine.